Takahiro is likely the blood-based control deck I've been playing. Yeah, it looks like Blood Ruby. So we'll be playing Candlelights and stuff like that. I'm gonna put one more piece of action on top of my deck here, just like hoping to find like an Arcanovex or Warpsteel Shardsworn. But then we are gonna start putting resources up top with the Sapphire Ice. Yep, blood. Hey, God, I'm so good at this. I'm so good at this. This one into play. Uh-oh. They don't have a resource? Oh, they have to, right? I thought they Fate Wolf last turn. You don't hear kids screaming, what's wrong? It's early, so the kids are upstairs. My wife has today off of work, so she is getting Jake ready for school. I'm starting and ending a bit early today because, what's the word I'm searching for? We have to go to a thing at Jake's school. I'm just putting another resource top by deck here, right? Just want to like hit some shard drops so I can play next turn. Everybody gets to play Exalted Pathfinder and then play a shard and then have Runebind up for it. So Exalted Pathfinder is one of kind of the powerful when condition this deck. 3/3 momentum 1. So whenever you play a resource, it gets bigger for a turn cycle, and then the next time you play a resource, it gets even bigger. And then whenever you play a resource, draw a card. I'm gonna start by smashing them. And then with this Runebind here, so if they go to kill my source of card advantage here, I just get to Runebind him. Haunting Cry, alright. I wonder what they kept. Feels like maybe they should have mulliganed. I wonder if we're gonna see a Massacre here. Nope. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know what they kept, because they very clearly didn't have removal and they didn't have troops, so like they just like have a bunch of shards in their hand. Dingledance doesn't do anything here. So Arcanovex is a 1/4 for 3. When it comes into play, it makes a random action, and it can frost form for 1. So basically it's just like a cheap troop that replaces itself with an action, kind of helps enable our Consult the Talons at our top end. I just want all these Verdicts of the Ancient King, right? Pippit Hustler really doesn't do anything in this matchup. I don't really have cards to revert. Do I just cut this card? Bring in anything else? None of our other cards are particularly good either. Yeah, I guess I'll just leave 2 of them in because they're quick. Fine. Oh, this card is 2 bodies. I was wondering like why we were playing this card. You could pay a charge to get a Phantom, but it's another card that's 2 bodies for 3, so it helps with Consult the Talons. Yeah, Judge, this is a deck Klutz was kicking around. And Druid in-game. We pay him to build the bad decks. Yeah, it seems pretty good, right? We'll just need a second Sapphire. If we had a second Sapphire by 3, we get to just go 2 into this. Just like very good. Unfortunately, we can't do this on 1 because this well requires we already have a wild or sapphire threshold in order to get a threshold. So if I led on this, I'd be very sad because it wouldn't make any thresholds for me. Nobody's seen through the Blight Bark. Nope. Lackey, sure. That's unfortunate. Like, that's really not what we're looking for. We want a resource, but we want it to be a sapphire. wonder how many Sapphire in this deck? We've got 8. Well, there's only 12 Sapphire in this deck. Okay, the thresholds in this deck might be wrong. Feels like they're wrong at a glance. 12 Sapphire is really low when we're trying to play Consult the Talons. And like, there aren't any double wild cards in this deck, right? Like actual 0. Alright, we're gonna it's Gladiator 2, then it battles an opposing troop. That doesn't do much. I'm not attacking, so I don't want to give my opponent free draws here. Yeah, people are dumb. I think like 6 to 7 wild shards is plenty. Yeah, this is embarrassing. I'm not going to play out the Exalted Pathfinder because I don't just want it to die without generating any value. So pass the turn here. With like a Sapphire next turn, I could go Pathfinder into draw into Consult. Opponent has drawn like all of their Ruby thresholds. They need double blood almost certainly as much as I need double Sapphire here. Stalking Quarry. Well, that's really rude. Huh. I'm gonna Runebind that and hope to draw a Sapphire here, I think. So, oh, I should have, yep. Alright, well, doing this. Mistakes were made, chat. Mistakes were made. There should probably also be, some, what's it called on my board? Be some Confounding Ires in my reserves. Come on, JW. Alright, so do I want to do this into this? Probably. Alright. What am I discarding here? Probably this Wild's Favor and the Shard? Yeah, do that. They bricked off pretty hard. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna lose my Eyes of the Heart. So we were planning to go Eyes of the Heart, Shard, Champ Power next turn. Now we're not gonna be able to do that. That's fine. We've got this Consult the Talon to gas up again. We're just about to draw infinite cards here. The Verdict of the Ancient Kings. Alright, so I'm not going to play out this other Exalted Pathfinder since we hit the Verdict of the Ancient Kings. I'm going to lead on Palm of Granite. I can just hustle this. I kind of want to save my resources. I really don't care about this at this point, right? Like I got plenty of troops in play now. This out, hit another thing. Do I want a Lixil's Heartseeker here? The problem is if they hit resources for Massacre, I'm gonna be really sad. If I move to hand size, I have to discard 3 things here. I think that's fine. Get rid of this. Man, they are really bad at drawing shards. Yep, just done. All right. Well, that was like And okay, showing you what our deck could do, but our opponent's deck just really didn't do anything there. No double blood thresholds for them. Morning Red. I am a fan of just like drawing a bunch of cards. You're not wrong. Not having thresholds to play your cards is real bad. All right. Yeah, this seems great, right? I get to guarantee my 3rd shard. I get to put this on top. I get to palm. Hey, Juju and Gazabi with the 19-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. That's a long time. I appreciate it. As always, subs are the best way you could support my content here. I appreciate everyone coming back. We are just 3 new subscribers away from picking up another emote slot. If you've considered subscribing to the channel before, maybe you've got that Amazon Prime sitting around that you haven't used yet, I would appreciate it. Help us pop over that next goal. Let's do bury the top 3 cards. Sure. Oh yeah, maybe we'll bury them out here at some point. Soon the baby can drink. So Palm of Granite is kind of sweet too, because like this card doesn't actually say gain extra charges on it, but in reality that's what it does, right? Like playing resources ahead of time gives us extra charges to do with stuff with. So opponent's playing Adani Zedek, which is the Verdict champion, and the Verdict champion, one of the things that's kind of different this season is in previous standard seasons, it was kind of easy to pick out like what deck your opponent was playing based on their champion. And this season, a lot of the champions are seeing playing multiple constructed decks. So like, yeah, so I don't know why people keep playing. This deck must be really cheap to build, right? This is a good, maybe we'll have to kick this deck around on stream at some point. This aggressive Verdict deck is something that has been really popular, at least in the morning on the ladder. Let's go ahead and Palm of Granite here. I'm actually have a pretty clean curve this game, right? Like, we're going to get to go Shard, Consult for 3, and Eyes of the Heart, probably. Although, I think we want Eyes of the Heart for the turn we get up to 7 resources. That way we can Eyes into Shard, into Champ Banner right away. Morning, Aaron. Oh, I forgot to fix the resources. Fix resources, add Ire. So let's make sure I do that after this match. I think this deck's like 2... Oh, well, now I'm really glad I kept this in my hand. I think this deck's like 2 Sapphire sources light and 2 wild sources too many. So I'm probably just going to cut 2 wild shards for 2 Sapphire shards after this match. It's a rock deck. A lot of them play Twilight Justice, but you're right, it might be pretty close to a rock deck. I was worried I might have to discard a card to my Consult the Talons, but now that's not true. Alright, sweet. So Heartseeker actually lets us pay a charge here to make a Phantom. Yes, please. Gives me 3 bodies for this. Do this before I play a resource for this explicit purpose, in case we draw a ice that I want to play out. Ice, baby. Do. Nice ice, baby. Do. Are we missing some turtles? I don't know. I don't think the turtle card is very good, right? I don't know. Neo is definitely a better card. That's funny. The reflections look like they're a little bit bugged on. I don't know if this happens on the Windows build, but so remember the Linux build is a development release that's not an official release yet. You see like random sleeves popping up on my background. How dare you speak ill of our Lord and Savior Timothy? So Twilight Eclipse here, kind of annoying constant. At the start of their turn, it deals 1 damage just for each constant they control. Probably in the market to hustle that. Every day we hustle in. Beep, 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 beep. All right, yeah, so I'm going to play this resource out here. I'll put a non-resource on top of my deck. Again, I want to wait to play this Eyes of the Heart until I can ready with a banner. And I'm going to pass here and let my opponent trigger this just once. It's only 1 point of damage. And this way, hopefully, they're going to attack this 2/2 into my board. And then I can, you know, play this Pippit Hustler as a quick troop before blocks, snag this, and also eat this guy up. Oops, I can try -1/-1, or let you draw a card. Yeah, you can kill my squad. That's fine. This will definitely encourage them to attack. Alright, so this is definitely coming in. Plays Pippit Hustler, gobble up. Also, waiting till they declare attackers means this thing can't attack us if it turns into a troop, which it likely will. There's more troops than non-troops here. Does Happy the High Hero. Alright, gobble this dork up, take 2. Oh, I'm actually going to be short on using my banner next turn, right? Because I made a thing with this. That's unfortunate. Huh. If that's the case, do I want to wait another turn? I think I'm supposed to wait another turn. I'm like not in danger of dying, right? I think I want to just make sure. I just want to make sure that the turn I play this, I get to draw an extra card next turn. Get some little added value out of it, basically. What's going on, Maester? Morning. Morning to everyone. Hope everyone's having a good start to your weekend. Happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas if you do that sort of thing. I'm going to sacrifice a troop. Get rid of that one. See if there's spot removal for this dork or not. They do. That's a little unfortunate. Wonder how we actually win the game now. We actually win the game. There's 1 Psychic Ascension in my deck. Hey, there it is. Alright, so Eyes of the Heart says whenever we play any card, we gain 2 charges now until our opponent's next turn. So this resource, in addition to giving us the 1 charge it always gives us 2 extra from Eyes of the Heart. So I can tip my Arcane banner here. Go ahead and pass the turn to myself. We draw an extra card here. This is unfortunately not as scary as the, you know, Immortal taking turns deck, but we get to do some stuff here. So that gives us 3 charges. I can play this out, which gives us a couple of charges. Get rid of that. Yeah. Do I want to play this out and just gain 2 charges now? I feel like I do. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Runebind this. So up to 7 charges. Just go ahead and pass the turn here. Still getting nugged by these dorks in the air. I mentioned that earlier. I'm pretty sure it's some kind of graphical bug on the development build here with however the kind of reflections work on this battle board. It's definitely something to do with the battle board. I wonder if we're going to see them champ power, if they're going to hold it next turn. So this gets bigger whenever they verdict. So if they champ power now, they can make just this one bigger to attack with it, but they save this for next turn, they get an extra point on both of these. It'd be sweet if we hit another Eyes of the Heart here. If we hit another Eyes of the Heart, we're probably going to be in the business of winning the game with the Psychic Ascension. Yep, they're waiting on their champ power. I like that. The next turn, they're going to have 7-ish power. Yeah, really need to hit up to the life here. Arcanovex and a Pippit Hustler. Okay, Hustler's not bad. Let's make an action here. Everybody says Unhinged is going to be a little bit late to the party. It's kind of unfortunate that it's not an action we can play because we play one more action, we can play the Psychic Ascension for 10. Although I guess playing that out for 10 right away doesn't really help a lot. It's just Sabretooth themed Christmas lights, right? Twilight Justice. That's really unfortunate. I wanted you to draw a troop. This is actually going to make their attack lethal this turn, right? Because they're going to verdict. These will become 2/2s. They're going to do this, and these will become 3/3s. I'm going to play this in response, and the reason why I'm doing this in response is because I want to Pippit Hustle one of these. And I don't want them to choose, we discard a card with this verdict. Because remember, I don't get to choose this verdict because they have Twilight Justice in play now. So let's just shoot that down. And then we're taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the air and going to 2. Another question, how do you get other battle boards? So there's 2 different ways. They rotate them through the store for 1,000 platinum a pop. There's different ones that have been tabled that way. And then you can also get them from being successful in the tournament. So top 8ing the Bash or Clash each award a different battle board right now. And then you can also get them as random door prizes from playing in those tournaments. Alright, come on. Daddy needs an Eyes of the Heart. Daddy needs an Eyes of the Heart. I wonder if this is a Dread End matchup. It feels like this is probably a matchup I want to sweep her in, right? Alright, Arcanovex, do your thing. Nope. Alright, we did. Alright, so Dread Ends come in. You can sweep, sweep, sweep. I guess Dingledance seems okay, right? Nature's Reign seems fine. Destroy target artifact or constant. Grove Warden seems fine. Now, what cards do I not want? A lot of my cards just like, yeah, this is fine. Don't really want to trim troops, right? Because it makes my consults worse. Am I just like cutting some Arcanovex? I think I'm just cutting some Arcanovex. Like a Palm of Granite. I guess Runebind's not stellar except against their removal. Nice. What'd you get? The cards are fun. I guess this technically has Skyguard. This technically has Skyguard. Yeah. Get him in there, I guess. This is but 2/3 with Skyguard. He's in here because he destroys artifacts and like blocks against the sockets deck, but sure, let's do it. Let's do it. Guard the skies, lizard man. Guard the skies. Morning Immortal. Alright, yep, sign me up. And again, this hand would be much better if one of these 2 wild shards was a Sapphire, because like we have this Palm of Granite to get our second wild anyways. Yes. Look at him. Lashing stuff with that tongue. He's gonna get him. Now, when it comes into play, either gains Skyguard or destroys artifact. Oh no! Not my Palm of Granite opponent. I really wanted that Palm of Granite. What a tilt. I hope you draw that Palm of Granite next turn, opponent. Play all those wild shards out of your deck. I'll just draw Consult the Talon and just be very sad. Another wild. All right. I mean, I guess I wanted to hit my fourth, right? I only have one limited card in my hand. Thank you very much. These are both constructed staples. Okay, thanks. Warpsteel's very good. Card's seen a lot of constructed play. Skyguard, let's go. Let's go, Skyguard. Dum, 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 dum. Whenever I see a card with Skyguard, I just like automatically assume it has Steadfast, because like the minor gem is Skyguard Steadfast, so it's so weird to see those abilities disjointed from each other. What's with Heartseeker and Dingledance? Well, they didn't reprint Transmog, so Dingledance is like, these are our tools. We're just like playing the cards we've been dealt. All right. I don't have a shard guaranteed. I'm just gonna go ahead and play this Pathfinder out. The risk to reward's pretty good, I think. We get a shard next turn. We need no hero fall into a resource for us. Then we get to go second Pathfinder, draw 2 cards, and kind of snowball the game, hopefully. With this Umbral Guard on the table, I don't think I can really afford to wait. I'm probably just packing it into a hero fall here. I don't think we can really recover from that. Another Umbral. Oh, well, that's a beating. As this is every time they verdict, we take damage equal to its power. Yeah, you can have a Daybreak. We take 4 here. Use your dinglers. Come on. Come on, Daddy needs a shard. Daddy needs a shard. Give me a resource. Alright. Play this past the turn. This is a combo. Dread End with our Exalted Pathfinders here. We are in fact confirmed playing a combo deck. The Withering Gaze was really good, right? Like if we hadn't gotten Withering Gaze, we'd have had plenty of resources to draw cards with these, which propel us into more resources to do more stuff. That's basically lethal. Oh, if I sacrifice a troop, these things get plus power, so I can't. I have to give them a card. Have a Daybreak. So I take 8 here from these. Opponents played Hero Falls, they've played Twilight Justice, they've played plenty of cards that are not commons and uncommons. Getting to an unshard. Oh, look at that. We're playing a game. Kinda. We're kinda playing a game. Here's the question. Do I just Dread End now? Or do I like try and draw more cards with these next turn? I feel like I'm supposed to Dread End now. The problem is I just can't. I'm just going to pass the turn here. I can't. If they, like, verdict me 3 times next turn, I'm dead. But, like, unless they have ZX Judgment, the chances of getting verdicted multiple times are low. And I really just want to hit 2 more cards out of these before I take them off the board. Like, get a little bit of value off of them. Getting verdicted once this turn's not unreasonable, but outside of Judgment, we hopefully won't be getting verdicted twice. If we're exceptionally unlucky, they're going to cast a ZX Judgment and then draw a 0-cost ZX Judgment. Another guard, yep. Look, it's getting paid off here for being greedy with this Dread End. To clean up all of these here. Nature's Rain is not bad. I don't have any 1-cost that I could play here, right? I guess I could have a Runebind. Nah, I'm just going to play this. Grab some non-resources here. And let's just clean this board up here so we don't die. And by don't die, I mean we're going to take 4 next turn now from their Dreadlings unless they block, which they shouldn't. They are definitely the aggro deck of this matchup. You gotta fix the resources after this game, add some Confounding Ires to the board. Yep. So long, Dreadlings, my old friends. So they've been missing shard drops, so that means their entire hand is action right now. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I got a Nature's Rain, boys. Boy. Or dreadlings, hardly knew ya. Eyes of the heart, eyes of the heart, eyes of the heart. You're not an eyes of the heart. Destroy that one. Any merit to attacking before doing it? Huh. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, maybe I get more damage in that way. They're probably not chumping my... Yeah, I think you're right. They're probably not chumping my Pathfinders. They just like take those hits there, which would be good for us. I think I'm fine making a Phantom there. Well, maybe I have enough troops that I just like want the charge because I was only 2 away from my banner. Yeah, making the Phantom's probably bad there. Cockatrice. I liked my hand opponent. That makes drawing Eyes of the Heart significantly worse because I can't gain enough charges to do this right away. Do this. Put an on-resource on top. Would love a Consult the Talon. Just like gas back up and get into this game. We drawn any of this game? Nope. Just 0 consults and 19 cards. They took a turn off to empty out our hand. Hopefully, like, they massacre us. We still don't really care, right? Like, this has a Blight Blossom on it too. Oh, well, this was a punt. I know they play this card. I should have held the thing back. That was a pretty big mistake. Like, I'm not aggroing them out of this game. I should have played defensively here. This makes, like, their Nightfall significantly better against us. I mean, we play Arcanovex. It's literally Arcanovex in our deck. Did I cut all of them? I boarded all of them out. But yes, there are Arcanovexes in my deck. Alright. Can't give my guys -1/-1. Yeah, it's just like super punished for my bad attack last game. There's some kind of graphical bug on the Linux build and this battle board that keeps showing the backs of our sleeves. There must be like some kind of like reflection on this board. There's some kind of like reflection, so it keeps like reflecting the backs of our cards, basically. Aha! You've activated my trap card, opponents. So blow this one. So we spend another charge to make another dork. This. Clean your board up. Does it happen on the Windows build too? I haven't played on this battle board on wine, and even then, like, that might be a wine issue, so I don't actually know. I'm gonna leave one blocker back. We're gonna learn from our mistake on the last one. Spend all of our charges making phantoms. So Dingledance is like this awkward transmog. It turns something into a Dingler, and then it goes back to its normal state until the start of the next turn. So basically, like, Dingledance lets us kill things inside of combat, since we have a bunch of troops that are attacking and blocking anyways. Don't give my troops -1/-1. Have a heart. Have a heart. Tilt. Good morning, Declan Scott. You need clothes. Go tell mom you need clothes. You cannot destroy Constance, lizard. You need pants? You could also kill them with large Exalted Pathfinders. Yeah, we're pretty dead this game. Let's make a couple small changes here before we play a third. The resource base definitely needs He definitely needs a couple more sapphire in it. These. I'm not sure why there's 4 Robogoyle in my board. I'm gonna cut 2 of these and put in some Confounding Ires. The problem is that, like, Timothy's just, like, not very good in most other spots, right? Like, except for, like, he can attack in safely, and you only have that card in your hand. Like, so Arg's been playing a diamond sapphire, like, what's the card called? The 4/4 for 2 Dawn Charger, I think. Dawn Charger deck. I'm gonna go ahead and guarantee our resource drops here, so that way we can play this plus get a resource drop for it on the same turn, the turn after. Yep. It's like not quite Turbo PA, but it's like doing a kind of similar thing, right? Like they're building a large board. They're like comboing with First of the Host is the card that he builds his combo around. He plays a bunch of like constants, some really bad ones like Illusionary, whatever, and then tries to put First of the Host on them. I mean, like, sure. I get trying to do big, dumb, stupid things as whatever. Alright, I'm just bored. Get out of here. That's not a constructive comment. There's no Christmas cheer here. Just blasted. I feel like the more Magic streams I've done have made me jaded towards interacting with people that post stupid shit. If you don't feel like being constructive, don't waste space in my chat. It's possible I should jam the Consult last turn. I'd have to discard, but I'd get to resolve it guaranteed under Weave, which they're likely going to have up now. Yeah, it's like screams Weave into nothing. And Palm here and see what happens. Maybe bait a little bit. Alright, if they want to interrupt this as opposed to my Exalted Pathfinder next turn, that's fine. It's resolved. Okay, interesting. And now we are going to hopefully find the path here. Going to hopefully find the path. Our hero power is for 9 charges, we summon an Arcane Banner, which will just draw an extra card at the start of each turn. Yep, no blocks on this one. Play this dork out. Okay, they just must not have an interrupt, right? Because they definitely would have countered Consult or this. Play this out. There could be an argument for... Oh, geez. Holy crap. Well, now our hand went from excellent to just total garbage because I didn't hold this Runebind up. And they always have their combo card. Have a Daybreak. Suppose this Eyes of Winter is going to let us get to the Psychic Ascension faster, so we've got that going for us. I'm going to flip him out, see what we get. Mind Call. Mind Call's decent. Gives us a free Runebind for later. Actually, should I make the Psychic Ascension one cheaper? I'm gonna play this Ire Maw out and gobble up one of my opponent's things. And then something worth noting is that I can Runebind this, and then when we draw a resource, it'll revert and replay itself as an Exalted Pathfinder. So our Pathfinder isn't just gone. We would have drawn far more cards if I had just held this Runebind up, though. Flash of Steel, sure. Keep this one. Nothing says Morning Hex like playing against the Clash of Steel Go Wide deck. Right, Burgle? Burgle, are you still here? I'm sure you thoroughly appreciate that one. Sure. It's not even just a constant Clash of Steel deck. Like their deck literally goes wide making things. Card, please. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. I'll play this Eyes of Winter. Get ramping here. The combo deck, don't you know? It is a combo deck, you're right. You are not wrong. Brittle out. Air Chippy Control gets 1/1 Death Cry, something to play Blossom. They play PA next turn. We'll see how many angels they can make. They have this enter twice. So any constants or troops in their hand are going to make 2 angels when they come out. So we're going to be pretty close to dead here. We're actually just like dead in 2 to these 2 dorks, right? This makes 2 angels. This makes 2 angels. Alright, so we need an Eyes of the Heart into some miracles here. I believe in miracles. I think Hex compares. Hex has a better... The biggest difference, there's 2 primary differences. One of the differences between Hex and Eternal is that Hex is a full trading card game, which means there's a secondary market and you don't have to go through the stupid grind stuff down for whatever and all the other nonsense associated with...
Here, I found something that belongs to you.
Hello, D-Clan. You don't have to go through like all the other nonsense associated with what's it called, grinding stupid packs and stuff down like that. The other difference is that Hex has a focus on like quality gameplay as opposed to fast gameplay. Like a lot of, actually Nature's Reign probably isn't very good in this matchup. I'm gonna leave the Arcanovex is in. Hex is a big focus on quality gameplay, so like instead of fast gameplay, so like a lot of the decisions in Eternal, like the windows that you have to respond to things are even worse than in Hex. The priority system's kind of sloppy because they're trying to like design this like Hearthstone Magic mashup where like the games play out really fast. Control decks tend to be kind of awkward in that game, not only because of the deck size, but also because of their ladder being best of 1. So like games that have variance by design, having your matches be best of 1 without, you know, reserves or sideboard or whatever, and having, you know, players have a chance to like make up getting resource flooded or resource screwed, or like making up from a mistake or just a bad beat in some other way, kind of increases the variance that the game has even further. Hex also has, as far as I'm aware, Eternal doesn't have any in-game tournaments. Hex has tournaments every weekend, which, as someone who plays these games, is largely a competitive outlet. Having tournaments every weekend is something that I'm definitely interested in. I think I'm going to stack a non-resource on top with this. Hand's looking for some action, right? Like a Consult or something like that. Probably go Shardsworn on 2 into Brittle Arcanovex, hold Verdict on 3, depending on what we draw. It's through some awkward like third party site then, right? Where like you have to like manually pair and challenge people. Yeah, those are awkward. I've seen people do that with PTCGO and it's really awkward. These hands, yeah, definitely, Marty. Palm of Granite. Yeah, I probably don't need to verdict anything next turn. I'm just gonna go ahead and Palm of Granite here. Get my ramp on. Well, I can Palm and Arcanovex, right? Because it plays the wild chart out. Yeah, that's neat. They have a lot of great, like as a casual game. If you are looking for a card game to play while you take a poop, Eternal would be 10 out of 10 my #1 recommended card game. But for like playing a competitive game at home on my computer or like out while I'm on my laptop, like if you're looking for a mobile game, Hex is probably never going to be on your cell phone because they don't limit the amount of units that you can have on screen. So like it'd be miserable to manage on a tiny screen. Eternal is great. It's 10 out of 10. My #1 play while you poop, play on mobile game. But from a pure gameplay perspective standpoint, I feel like they sacrifice a little bit too much, and I just can't stand the CCG model. Like even the gameplay is like it's reasonable. Their drafting is excellent. The fully asynchronous draft is something I really wish Hex had. It is truly beautiful and glorious. I mean, like, I think a lot of places just, like, don't have interest in in-game tournaments, right? Like, they all just want to be Hearthstone, right? And Hearthstone doesn't have in-game tournaments, so, like, why should they? Is basically what it comes down to. I wonder if I was supposed to give them a Nightfall there. It feels like they're, like, the pseudo-combo deck, and I'm not getting ground out. I'm not going to get, like, chip-shotted out of this game. All the bad decks look sweet, Dwight. Palm's pretty good. So you want to play Palm before you play your Shard here, and the reason for this is Palm can run out of wild shards to play out of our deck, so we want to make sure that we kind of hit that before. Ooh, we actually drew Eyes of the Heart. This is sweet. We've not been good about drawing Eyes of the Heart so far today. So hopefully they tap out again next turn, and then we get to go Eyes of the Heart, Shard, Banner, and then Eyes of the Heart, play some cards, play another Banner. Get to combo them. Play a Silver Talon Mandate. Decree of Banishing. Nah, I like my Exalted Pathfinder. We're gonna try and keep him. If they Runebind me here, I'm not gonna fight over it. If they Verdict me, though, I'm going to fight over it because I believe they already played their resource for the turn, so my Eyes of the Heart should be resolving next turn. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I do agree that Hex could stand to manage the price of their game a little bit better. I feel like there's no reason why a game that has booster packs that cost half as much as Magic Online should have decks that cost a similar amount to... Oh, yeah. They are definitely dead now. My Eyes Art. Now, every card I play gives me 4 charges. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Get another banner here. Just draw all of the cards. Drawing the card. Yeah, right? A bunch of cards here. Play my Eyes of the Heart. You did. You did. Get comboed. Arr, arr. And that was a bit extreme, right? Like we had three of our Eyes of the Heart in the top, whatever. Makes up for games where we didn't have any. Run it back here. That's what we're looking to do. Looking to draw 1 to 2 Eyes of the Heart and kind of snowball like that. Does kind of sweet stuff. We'll see. We were on the playback game, so we'll see if they're able to kind of get under us here on this one. This is fine. Dreadend's pretty good. It can clean up angels for the first time. They do kind of go wide on us. Go Sapphire, Brittle, Arcanovex. Palm of Granite's a good hit. Palm of Granite's a good hit. I mean, like, you can just do a hyper geometric distribution and know how often. It's like, how often are you going to hit Eyes of the Heart? So hyper geometric. If I have a 4 of, let's say I've got enough control cards to see 20 cards most games, like, I am, what percentage? I am your 81% to have Eyes of the Heart in your top 20 cards. Like, don't like, there's no reason to like go with your gut on like, can X or Y, how often does X or Y happen? Just do math. Don't do the TCG poker player thing where you're like, yeah, man, going with my gut. TCG players, especially poker players, especially, it's not TCG player thing. They are super superstitious. It's like, no, really, trust me. There's math we can do to get an actual number here. We do not have to go with your gut. Alright, so they have Arcanovex of their own, so we're pumping the brakes on our attacking here. Probably just going Shard into Palm of Granite here. I hate the random chat. Like, post the stuff is posting a chat, but I don't think they actually posted. Want to metamorphosize something? Probably not. We're probably gonna... Nah, there's no reason to Dread End just yet. Pass the turn back here. I wonder if I was supposed to, like, bring in some constant hate as, like, a build your own, interrupt a troop, so I could, like, Runebind it first to the host, plus, like, Nature's Reign the Ruined. Love to discard a random card. Look at that! We discarded the random action. That's so good for us. Just like we drew it up, ladies and gentlemen. No blocks. Take 1. Put a non-resource on top here. Looking for something to... It feels like this deck lacks ways to generate velocity. It feels like I'm kind of just like petering out here a little bit. Wonder if it wants more than just... I guess we have Exalted Pathfinder technically generates some velocity. Wonder if it's greedy to put some Heart's Whispers in here too. The fact that they don't mobilize the consult probably makes it greedy. We're already playing Palm. I think Jolt might be good. What is Jolt? That's exactly what we're looking for. Deck needs more Timothy. No, you don't make your deck better by putting more bad cards in it. Like, what does Timothy do on this board, right? Like, I say I need to generate velocity. Timothy doesn't generate velocity. Like, High Joltage, again, like, High Joltage isn't a card I'm really interested in playing because it's not a card that's gonna, like, high voltage is like the opposite of velocity, right? Like, I'm gonna need to see probably 2 high voltages in a game, and if I'm already not seeing enough cards, like, adding a card that, like, makes my velocity worse doesn't seem particularly good, right? Huh. I'm getting kind of punished for holding cards here to try and, like, dread into this board. So maybe I should have played out this Warpsteel. I'm gonna get nugged for 3 here. Yeah, it's definitely playing this out. Just playing this Warpsteel at this point. They really don't have attacks yet, right? Just gonna pass here one more time. Well, I guess if I play this... Yeah, if I play this, these 1/4s can't attack, really. Let's do that. Again, looking for Eyes of the Heart. And, you know, again, this is a game where we're 18 cards into our deck without one. So, that's gonna happen. Hyper Geo says... It's gonna happen... 15... It's gonna happen 20 something percent of the time, 23% of the time. All right, there's the first of the host. I'm bigoted against turtles. All right, pass the turn here. I think so. I'm gonna take a lick for 9 in the air and then probably dread in the no, I shouldn't dread in the following turn. Yeah, we're probably dead. We just kind of turtled around and didn't do anything this game. Boy, do I have a video for you, Ed Aaron. Boy, do I have a video for you. I think at that point you're just like if you're adding all those portal troops in, you're just like building a crappy version of. That's just like building a crappy version of Theraphot's deck, right? From the last bash. So like, why not just play Theraphot's deck? All right, yeah, we're done with this one.